Okay, before I start this review, I wanted to establish a quick schedule for my upcoming videos. Also, this is such a lovely calendar, well, because it's mine. So, anyways, starting today, every 2 weeks will be an anime review. This gives me enough time to watch the show, write a script, and make a pretty cool video, and not something I just winged. In between those 2 weeks will be a drawing-related video, and for promo weeks, a video in the middle of the week will be whatever you guys want, or whatever I feel like putting up. I know, your heads are about to explode with all these confusing dates and junk, but I thought I should at least try to let you guys know that I do have a structure. If any of you people are following along with me, and if you aren't, all you need to know is that every week I will have a new video. See? Everyone's happy. Now, on to the review. Let me just first start off with this review by saying, gross. There are just some scenes in like every episode that just gross me out, and I'm not being like a girl or anything, because if you watch the show, you'd know what I'm talking about. So basically the show is about this large cast of characters that are all fighting over something mysterious aboard a train that has an incredibly immature name, which is the Flying Pussyfoot. Seriously, whoever came up with this name must have been high at the time, because I have no freaking clue on how anyone could come up with that name in their right mind. Anyways, there's something like 4 or 5 groups of people all searching for this mysterious item, person, or information that's supposed to be aboard this monumentously stupid train. But what a lot of people in certain groups don't know is that some of the people on board cannot die. Hey, no, this isn't a spoiler. I like my reviews to be spoiler-free. This is something you find out like in the first episode, so that's just the gist of the plot. So we move on to the characters. One of the show's biggest weak points. Since the cast is so large that you can't remember all the characters even if you try, the show gets a little confusing at times. But I must say they make up for this in the opening by naming all the important characters throughout it. Thus, due to this large character cast, obviously a lot aren't going to get much development in only 16 episodes. I will mention though that one of the best characters in my opinion of the whole show is Fido. This guy's a boss. Moving on. The animation in this anime is standard, but in most of the fight scenes it gets bumped up just a tad. There's a lot of movement in the show, so there isn't just pictures with voiceovers like I'm doing now. So this video is not what you want to see in an anime, just if you guys were thinking about it. For the sound, I just want to mention that I'm a huge fan of jazz, and this show literally hits the spot with that. Think of like the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack mixed with like Kids on a Slope mixed with Death Note. This is what the soundtrack is like, and I do think that if John Coltrane was alive, he'd probably be jamming out to this OST right about now. Now, for the negative and positive points that really made up this show. Negative number 1. The cast is just a tad too bit large. Number 2. I forgot to mention previously about the story that it does jump around to different time points like a ridiculous amount of times. It's like more than Doctor Who and Okubi ever did combined. This confused me quite a bit. And if you were confused with my schedule earlier, then you'll probably get confused at some points in the show. 3. This anime was pretty gruesome to the point where I had like to cringe in grossed outness. Grossed outness. Whatever, however you say that. Well, I don't even know. I guess this doesn't qualify as a negative, but if you like that stuff, then yeah, you just should probably overlook this. But here, just to give you a picture of it, just watch this.
Talking about if I gotta kick it out of your ass! to my pop and brother? What? Huh? Tell me. Huh? Talk. Down. Oh, see what happens when you're stingy like that? Huh? Oh, you're determined, ain't you? For not knowing them.
You are my absolute favorite people to kill. You are so beautifully amazed when you die, especially when I squish your brains or treat my minions like a baking sausage.
Bring the primer.
Limbs, be gone! And they reattach because, you know, they're immortal. Of course, everyone should be immortal. And that's all I really thought was notably something wrong with this show. Now, as for the positives. Positive numero uno, the opening. I'm sorry, it's just like amazing, almost like food. Positive 2, the plot. I just love how they set all this up, especially the time period with all the mafia families and junk. Number 3, the dub. The dub is freaking amazing. Just like one of the best works Funimation has done in my opinion. Well, everything here is my opinion really. And lastly, the positive that stood out was the character design. I have to give them props because despite the large amount of characters, they did a good job of making each one pretty awesome. With all these factors playing in my mind, I say that I have very graciously awarded this anime an 8 out of 10 with solid recommendations to anyone and everyone that is of course age appropriate. It is available on YouTube and Funimation's website for streaming, and also DVD and Blu-ray is quite available. However, to watch a dub as per my recommendation would require you to have Funimation's premium services, otherwise known as a subscription. Also, you could watch the first 4 episodes dubbed, but I don't recommend that because then you'd be watching the rest of the series subbed, and it's just, for me, it's just really hard to go back and forth between dubs, I guess. Thank you everyone for watching, and please let me know what you first thought about the way I did this review in comparison to my other two, and secondly, what you thought of my views. Did you guys agree with me or disagree with me? Comment below and I'd be more than happy to reply to you guys. Like and subscribe if you feel so inclined, because every week will be a new video just like this one, if not better. So, until next time guys.